Hug's bows on. You're feeling like you've hit a brick wall with your test, so why not take a break and help from it? What's up? Okay, do there. I just found out I got cheated on. I don't know what to do. Oh no, that's horrible. That's good. Okay, so like I said, I think this person needs you as much as you need them, and they were there for you when you had admitted to them that you maybe had depression, and because you do in this game, and so you should return the favor. And at the end of the day, you hate your job, so if you get fired, what will it do? Well, that'll help you start looking for a new job. But if you talk for a long time, and you lend a shoulder to your friend, you give him space to rant, to cry, and most importantly, to be able to voice his inner turmoil. You give him your full attention and talk him through what his options are for what he does next. You keep him from doing something rash, and the two of you decide it's best for him to sleep on it before doing anything. Exhausted, he departs for bed and thanks you for being there to talk to him. As you close your IM window, you feel horribly sorry for your friend, but happy that you were able to help. It serves as a tangible reminder that you're capable of being useful to someone, instead of solely being a mess that needs everyone else's help. That is also, yeah. You read up your work project and find you're suddenly able to get some solid progress done on it tonight. You are moderately depressed. You find it hard to focus on anything because you get physically and mentally exhausted very quickly. Your therapy... Oh my god, it's changed! I haven't read these. You are in therapy with a good counselor. You're doing cognitive behavioral therapy techniques and they're starting to help. Your medication is helping to keep the edge off, and to keep some of the darker and more negative feedback loops from being as prevalent. I'm gonna cure you! It's a sunny Saturday afternoon. You're deep in thought on the way home from therapy. Having noticed this time that you're not in the same negative feedback loops that you usually get trapped into when being this introspective. You realize that, although you still have your bad days, your lows aren't quite as low as they used to be. Yes! Also, just a theory, I wonder if Attic is his brother. That would be interesting. I wonder if that's a twist. Your antidepressant bottle rolls across your dashboard as you take a left turn. You've been on this medication for quite a while now, after a period of trying a few different kinds. Though you still have minor side effects, they've overall become an unnoticed part of your life. You feel as if your life has generally changed for the better recently, and you begin to wonder if you need them anymore. You don't feel as much despair or hopelessness, and you hate yourself a lot less these days. Maybe it's time to stop taking these, you think. I seem to not really need them anymore. No, you do not go off your meds. You should wait till your counselor tells you that you think that you are ready to be off them. Until you agree. No. You have a realization that you can't be sure if it's just a general life change that's making you feel better, or if it's just a sign that the medication is working. You decide against discontinuing your meds. It's not really a lesson you'd like to learn the hard way, and the side effects of this particular kind are negligible. But the next time you see Dr. Melville, you tell her about this. She informs you that this is a common train of thought people who have begun using medication to help them manage their depression experience, and that you've managed to dodge a bullet because it generally ends poorly. Exactly. She also asks you to talk to her before making any decisions about your medication in the future. Yes. It's yet another sleepless Thursday night. You're at Alex's apartment, wide awake in bed, and she's sleeping peacefully beside you. She fell asleep hours ago, and you've been laying here, unable to shut your brain up long enough to fall asleep. You've added the feelings of insecurity about your relationship to the rest of the noise in your head, keeping you up tonight. It was kind of a tense night between the two of you. You arrived after a stressful day at work, and as you made dinner together, you barely said a word. You were stuck in your own head and had a hard time really being present with her, as your thoughts turned to all the ways you feel like you're deficient as a good deficient at being a good person and beating yourself up mentally for each one. She told you she could tell you were in one of your moods and said that she wouldn't push you, but missed talking to you as much as the two of you sat on the couch together. You wanted to tell her how much you love her, but you couldn't make the words come out right, and ended up sounding defensive instead. You lay there next to her now. You trace your fingers across her arm just slightly enough not to wake her. You still haven't explained your depression to her, or how you've started seeing a therapist, or how you've been taking medication, and it's starting to feel more and more like a secret you're keeping instead of something she simply doesn't know about you yet. It's becoming more and more apparent that it's impacting your relationship with her, and you feel guilty about this. However, you're also terrified that if she knew exactly how fucked up you are, that she would leave you. You already worry that she's only with you because she doesn't realize how terrible of a person you are yet, and you're afraid that this will be the final thing to expose you. She stirs in her sleep and squints to open her eyes. With confusion that comes with waking up, she asks you if you're awake, and then if everything's okay. No, you should tell her, because again, we can emphasize this, being honest with people is always better than trying to hide things. If someone asks you this, yeah, just try. You should, and also if she's your girlfriend, you're in a relationship, you've started seeing a therapist, and you're on meds, and it sounds like this has been going on for 3 or 4 months, so you should tell her. I don't mean the therapy and the meds, because that's, the therapy was maybe 2 months ago, and the meds are a month and a half or something. Because obviously Christmas is coming, this kind of started in September, I would say, so September, October, December, January. It's sometime in January or February, so yeah, 4 or 5 months. At this point, it's been going on long enough that your girlfriend should know. And it's better the more people you tell, because then hopefully the more support you get. And I think your girlfriend really loves you, and that she will be accepting. You feel like a jerk for accidentally waking up, but you're afraid if you put it off any longer, you won't have the strength to tell her everything later. Exactly. The longer you keep something like this a secret, the harder it's gonna be for you to say something. And so you gotta. No, actually, everything isn't okay. Can I tell you something? Something important? Alex sits up, rubbing sleep out of her eyes. For the rest of the night, you lay side by side, holding hands, as you tell her everything. You tell her how it's been more than just feeling sad sometimes, how you feel trapped by your own mind sometimes, how sometimes you feel nothing at all, and how you can't shake it off. You tell her how you've started going to therapy, how you feel embarrassed about it, and how it's working out for you. She listens the entire time, occasionally asking questions about how this or that works, or asking you to explain something further. She squeezes your hand and tells you she understands, and that she's sad you didn't tell her sooner. After laying silent for a moment, the weight of what you did hits you. You desperately want her to say something. You desperately want her to say something, to tell you how she's feeling about it, all of this. But you're too afraid of what the answer would be. You start convincing yourself that now that she knows everything, she's going to leave. There's no way someone could deal with how you really are. So how can I help? What do you need me to do? She asks. You think for a second, and the answer you come up with fills you with despair. I honestly don't know. I wish I knew how to fix this, but I don't know what you can I don't know that you can do anything. I think it's just something I have to live with. She looks at you with sad eyes before kissing you on the forehead. Then I'll live with it with you. I don't know how you could possibly love me. She rolls over and wraps her arms around your neck, settling on the top of yours. You don't need to. Just know that I do. And that went over well. This is what I mean. Your girlfriend loves you and you need the support, even though right now you're feeling like, oh my god, she's gonna leave me. You are ooh, it's changed again. Oh, the static in the background is lighter. You are definitely still depressed, but things are getting better. Whatever you're doing seems to be working. You really feel like you're taking steps to affect positive change in your life. You now seem to enjoy seeing your therapist, which when giving you a chance to talk things out, and the CBT techniques she shares with you, you find your sessions extremely helpful. It's gonna turn out okay, guys. I knew it was gonna turn out okay from the beginning, because I know about this mental illness enough to know what the right things are to do, but oh my god. You've been taking your medication regularly, and while you are skeptical at first, it's hard to argue with the fact that you're feeling a lot better than you have in a long time. It's Friday night, and you're laying across your bed feeling pathetic. As you were leaving work tonight, a group of coworkers asked you if you wanted to join them for drinks. Feeling antisocial and put on the spot, you declined. You have a habit of doing this. You're often so convinced that you are weird and terrible, and that any invitation to hang out will end in disappointment for those inviting you. You never feel like you know how to act in group outings, and you feel like a total creep since it seems to come so naturally to anyone who isn't you. You find yourself petrified of breaking some unknown social rule that you don't often go out. Now, however, you find yourself alone at your home. Your brain has begun telling you that you are pathetic and sad. Oh, how pathetic and sad you are for being unable to just be a normal person and go out with nice people. You can't figure out why you can't just go out and meet people and enjoy yourself? I thought that sentence continued more than it did, so I used the wrong intonation. At the same time, you're also feeling like no one would possibly want to hang out with you if they really knew you, because you're dull and weird anyway. You try your typical strategy and boot up Netflix and distract yourself from these feelings, but frustration with yourself builds, and you realize that you have to do something else that night. Anything else to take off your mind how awful and lonely you feel right now. What do you do? We can play with the cat! Get over, go to the bar with Cards, hang out. I can talk to don't drink. Don't go out somewhere alone. You're either gonna call Alex, see if Alex is online, or play with the cat. I think I have to make him play with his cat because I can't help it. And if it turns out bad, then I'll pick up the song. But you haven't played with your cat. You should play with your cat. Because we just didn't get things with Alex and with Attic, so this is my thing is I just really want him to play with the cat. Acts like this, you're very glad you made the call to become a cat owner. Everybody always is. I love cats so much, guys. It makes it distracting from the real message of this game. Feeling too socially burnt out to interact with other people, you go find your cat. You get her to chase a laser pointer for a solid 30 minutes before she tries herself out. She pats over to you and collapses in a heap on your lap, purring loudly. Though initially she hated being picked up, you carry her out to the computer desk with you and she doesn't object. Sitting down in your lap, you comfortably surf the internet for a while before heading to bed. Having her here with you is a calming effect and it makes you feel a lot less alone. Yay! I love cats! Oh! Hey, there's no depression thingy anymore on this page. Okay, it's still there. Oh, it's a cold Saturday afternoon. You've just arrived at Alex's apartment and you're happy to finally see her after a week of absence due to your schedules not lining up due to work and school. You hug her in the door, but she breaks away sooner than normal and sits down on the couch to take off your sneakers and lay them in the usual place right next to hers. Wait. Girl, you asked me if you could do things, and what you could do is not frickin' break up with me, because if that's what's coming, I'm gonna be mad. There's something I was hoping we could talk about, actually, she says. You instantly worry that you're being blindsided by a breakup conversation, due to the sudden shift in tone, but she quickly smiles and puts you at ease once she sees all the color leave your face. Okay. Okay. Nothing bad, I promise. With that, she leads you over to the couch and sits on the other end of it facing you. So, I hope this doesn't freak you out. And if you feel like things are going too fast, just tell me. She talks faster than usual in physics. We seem to have a lot of weeks like this, and they really suck. I was thinking I'd ask, since things are so strong with us, what are your thoughts on maybe moving in together? It takes a few seconds to sink in, and leaves you a bit shocked when it does. You're worried she wanted to spend less time with you, not more. Do you want to, you ask? No. Well, yeah, I do. I mean, we'd sort out the logistics and everything, but those are all things we can take care of. You start to walk through the steps of imagining you two living together. You love the thought of being able to wake up next to her every day and seeing her so often. However, the more you picture it, the more a few starts to become apparent. There are things she's insulated from, like the days you don't feel like you can get out of bed, the nights your medication keeps you from being able to sleep, all the moments that you're stuck staring at the wall, completely out of energy, feeling nothing. How would she handle that? How quickly would she want to get away? So, what do you think? No? Look at this, it has my word, honestly. Tell her you want to, but you do have concerns. Don't ignore your worries. You should be honest with your girlfriend that you are concerned, because living with a person like that is not going to be easy.